I'm very excited to be chairing this paper session on mediumship, interconnection, and survival. So first up, we have Mateus from the University of Sao Paulo, who will be speaking of unusual experiences of the survival type in Brazilian and British children, research in progress.
First of all, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity and to have the possibility of presenting my work. If you don't understand my English, please ask me. I can repeat, I can change the terms, the word, and speak slower, okay? So my topic is unusual experiences of the survival type in Brazilian and British children. And this research is in progress. I had the collaboration, the help, the support of Professor Chris Rowe in the first place, also Donna Thomas from the University of Central Lancashire, and my Brazilian supervisor, Wellington Zangari. In Brazil, I take part in InterPsi, and here I've been staying in United Kingdom for a period of 6 months, and I'm participating at the EX activities, the Exceptional Experiences and Consciousness Studies research group. I do my PhD in Brazil, and I have the funding of the São Paulo Research Foundation. The title of my project, which is on course, is Children Who See Dead People, Intersubjectivity and Mediumistic Experiences in Childhood. And from this research project, I had the possibility to come to Northampton and to research unusual experiences in children. And the project is Children's Unusual Experiences, History, Phenomenology, Culture, and Health. And I have the funding of the Brazilian Federal Foundation for Support and Evaluation of Graduate Studies, which is an organ of the Ministry of Education in Brazil. And I'm here just because of the funding they are providing me, and also in Northampton. This provides the big picture of my presentation here. And my research, my work in Northampton, when I go back to Brazil in September, will contribute to develop and to enhance the method and the design of my PhD research there. So today's presentation comes as a result of the cross-cultural effort to compare both researches, the results of both researches. And that's the title of my talk today. Why do I use experiences of the survival type? Basically, because, as you can see, in Brazil, I am interested in researching mediumistic experiences, and I'll justify why. When I came to UK, I realized something I didn't know before. Just by working in the UK, I was aware of this cultural difference that in the UK, children, they don't participate in mediumistic religious contexts as it's common in Brazil. So that's why I'm focusing on experiences of the survival type, as mediumistic experiences can be seen and interpreted in this way. As they involve, they may involve spiritual agency influencing the happening, and also the spiritual agency is part of the interpretations of the people who live these experiences. We can see unusual experiences in childhood being depicted on cultural productions. Recently, we have had the Netflix series Stranger Things, and also we have the movie The Sixth Sense, I think from 1996, where a 8-year child alleges and refers and experiences mediumistic communication. Also, in the history of psychical research, we have Helen Smith's case, where she referred to have some retrospective recounts of experiences, unusual experiences when she was a children. Also, Leonora Piper, Ellen Garrett. Those are some examples. And it's curious to note from these cases, these historical cases, that adults refer to spontaneous occurrences of unusual experiences in their childhood. And we have some research supporting this more recently. Regarding direct research with children, if you take a look, of course, this list doesn't contain all the research. We could put more there, but it's clear to see that since 943, we have research being done with children. Along this period, there has been a decline, and recently this investigation has been arised again. You can notice different methods, but mostly the major methods are experimental methods, investigating extrasensorial perception, or studying cases. Many mediumistic many mediums or people who refer to experience mediumship, they allege that they have had spontaneous, unusual experiences in their childhood. And later, when they start practicing mediumship, they interpret and they understand those experiences as mediumship. So the framework, the interpretations, they come later to help, to accommodate, and to provide a better understanding upon the experiences. So, as I said, in the UK, children do not participate in mediumistic contexts. What is the case of Brazil? There are some African Brazilian religions, as Umbanda, Candomblé, Santo Daime, that in Santo Daime they drink ayahuasca, the substance, and in those religions they practice mediumship, and mediumship is a basis for their rituals and practices, and also for their beliefs, the way they understand. And children actively participate on those religions. And part of these children that participate, they exhibit unusual experiences that are interpreted according to mediumistic beliefs. Some examples, I bring some pictures to show you those. This is a baby participating in Umbanda religion. Here we have some children also from the Umbanda religion. And also, I think this is from Umbanda. The clothes, they're pretty similar depending on the religious context. They're pretty similar in Candomblé and Umbanda. And drawing from this background, we can realize that I show you how children are immersed in this cultural and religious reality to justify the type of experiences I've been looking for. I've been focusing on Brazil, and the type of experiences I've been focusing in the UK. And the driving question of my research, this driving question works for the Brazilian research, for the British research, and for the cross-cultural comparison. So which unusual experiences of the survival type do children report? What are their impacts upon children's lives, and what role does British and Brazilian culture play in the presentations of these experiences? Also, my objective is to identify in Brazil and UK children's unusual experiences of the survival type in Brazil, mediumistic, and UK unusual experiences in general, but I will explain better how this comparison will be done in a few minutes. And to do the cross-cultural comparison and observe how the culture may influence and impact on the experience. Basically, I want to research how the experiences begin, how they develop, how are they interpreted and meant subjectively, how culture may influence, and how social support may influence, and yeah, and the emotions involved, some mental health aspects as well. To do this, my aim is I will do case studies. I say I will because at the moment the research is being evaluated by the ethics committee of the University of Northampton. So I'll do case studies of children claiming to have unusual experiences, and in the UK, the interviews will be done online. As I said, I'll be returning to Brazil in September, so the only way to carry on and keep running the research will be to interview online. And in Brazil, I aim to do in-person interviews, and also I will use drawings to warm up for the interviews. In Brazil, I will observe children in religious contexts as well, do some ethnographic research and immerse in the context. This will not be possible in the UK. And the period, the age is of the children are from 8 to 11 years old. Well, in Brazil, I want to investigate the most I can, the biggest amount of children I can, but in UK, the established range is from 5 to 8 children, so it's a qualitative research. There's no need to be a high number. And we will be working on social networks and spiritualistic churches, our research, our networks, and the X members networks as well. And in Brazil, I have more closer contact with leadership of mediumistic contexts, so they might help me as well. And to do the comparison between both contexts, both countries, we will recur to an inductive approach to select the experiences of the survival type, and in the UK, to compare them with mediumistic experiences in Brazil. I think this inductive approach is what will make the comparison possible. So as you can see, this is a scheme to make easier to understand the comparison I intend to do is, as I'm using mediumistic, looking for mediumistic, specifically mediumistic experiences and unusual experiences in the UK, the survival type classification, this category might be helpful to select the experiences, the unusual experiences that are interpreted or referred subjectively by the children as having a spiritual source. This will make the comparison possible. I hope to be clear in this topic. And to analyze the data, I will use reflexive thematic analysis to establish the themes, and then maybe depending on the amount of text or generated by the interviews, I'll use any software, any Vivo software to help on the analysis. And that's it. I'm in the leash of the time. Those are the references. You can have more detail on the abstract. Also, this research, I consider it relevant and important because it is for children. We have a few research with children, and it takes into account Brazil, which is a non-weird population, non-Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic, because it's not a rich country. So let's see what happens there in that beautiful religious context. And those are my contacts. You can get in touch with me if you want. And thank you all for your time and attention.